Hi and welcome to one of my Shark Tank React videos, where I react and analyze one of the Shark Tank pitches as if I would be one of the sharks. Why do I do this? First of all, I love Shark Tank, I watch countless of hours of it, and I think it's a great program that is highlighting entrepreneurship and investing. Second of all, it has tons of knowledge in it. The sharks are dishing it out as they pleases. And third, the most important reason, honing a skill as investing is combining knowledge with practice. So in order to get some practice in, because the knowledge is abundant out there are Substack written about it, follow link below and follow mine, and there are books written every year. So the hard part is getting in the practice. It usually takes a lot of years and experience to get that. But here you can follow along 5.5 sharks evaluating one of the companies that you're seeing. I'm counting Mr. Wonderful as 1/2 shark. He needs at least to be half wonderful. And in a pitch, I'm looking for 4 things. I'm looking for the people, the business model, the market, and the numbers. And last of all, I will in the end of the video tell you if I would invest or not in the company as if I would be one of the sharks. Let us just jump into the pitch and see what we got for us today.
Next up is a product designed to keep you cool.
Hey Sharks, I'm Chase. Our company is Chill Systems, and this is the Chiller. It's a portable beverage cooler with freezing gel built in. And
Hey Sharks,
this is Brian.
sorry I'm late. I had to buy ice.
Ooh, the Chiller doesn't need ice.
Man, I had to stop at the inconvenience store. Now I gotta break this up.
I put the Chiller in my freezer last night, loaded my favorite drinks before I left, and now they're ice cold.
These drinks will be cold in, a while?
This chills many types of cans and bottles, even big bottles, like champagne.
This cooler can hold all that.
Well, sure. Look at the size of it.
Yeah, it's super heavy too.
The Chiller is the future of portable beverage cooling. Enjoy hours of ice-cold drinks anywhere. Save time, money, and the environment.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's bad. Good thing we at Chill Systems are offering a more sustainable solution. Choosing a chiller reduces waste of clean water and single-use plastics.
And we proudly donate a portion of every purchase to support clean water projects around the world.
And you can too. Partner with us. We're seeking $150,000 for 15% equity. And together, we can change chilling forever.
Sharks.
They're asking for $1 million in valuation as they are seeking 150,000 for 15% of the company. So if you start, it's a beverage chiller. You can have 3 cans in it and then 1 bottle. At least say that a 6-pack is what you need to have in a cooler to have enough. Because otherwise, what would you do? Will you have another bag with it and those are not cold, or will you switch them out, or how will that work? And then the second of all that I was noticing, they are pushing a lot about the sustainability. They're giving away money for it also as they're selling them. For me, it looks like a big plastic thing, which I can't see how those are good for an environment as it is. The plastic bags, those can be recyclable. As a product, I don't love it. I see some good things with it, that it can have different branding on it, so it can be sold with a beverage company, and then they're selling it out on a different festivals or anything like that, and they have their name on it, and then they can get a bunch of them out. But let's just see what they have for the unit economics, how much it costs to build them, and how much they're selling them for, because I'm a little hesitant about this product from the get-go.
You each have samples complete with chill drinks.
Chill.
So this doubles. You can either do cans,
Yep,
or you take the cans out like I just did, and then it's for a bottle.
that's right. It's incredibly versatile.
It only holds 3 cans. I
Right.
mean, I don't know about you, but I'll get through this in about 45 minutes.
Sure, and you know, Kevin, we've heard that feedback before from macho men on the internet.
Only 3 beers?
The chiller
but the
cools
the
3
point is,
beers
if I
or a
wanna
bottle of
take
wine
a
at a
case-
time. As soon as you have a cold one, you take a cold one out, you put another one in for cooling.
So there they are, kind of responsive to one of the things that I talked about is only 3 cans in it. So what they are saying that you need to have a bag with you with other cans in it, and then put it in as you take out the first. It's not that great customer experience, and from my part at least. If you're having a cooler and if you're going anywhere, I think that usually it's better when you want it. As you're having your cold drinks and you're having a bunch of them, maybe you have almost 12 beers and some bottles in there. So let's see what they got more, what the Shanks got more for these guys.
How long does this stay cold? So
6 hours.
6 hours.
What were the sales?
We've done 111,000 to date. That's over the last 2 years. We started with a Kickstarter campaign. We did 51,000 on Kickstarter.
What's it cost?
Okay, the chiller you have in front of you, our product cost is awful.
Okay, starting with saying something that is awful, especially with the product cost. You're giving a bad taste in the mouth of the investors. They start right away thinking about how will I get the money back if I'm investing in this. And then also they have made 111,000 in sales. Part of that is Kickstarter. They're asking for 150,000. The valuation is kind of hefty when you're talking about those numbers. It's almost 9-10 times sales. I wouldn't at that valuation. I would like to see more and more proof of concept than a Kickstarter, because Kickstarter can be a novelty thing. You get the early adopters. Maybe you don't get a mass market adoption of the product.
Never ever start.
I
Anytime
understand. I
I
understand.
respond,
Let me get there.
awful.
Let me get there. That was about $18 a unit to build. Now, then we had to import the units, $3.50 a unit. So we
now you're
imported-
up to 22 bucks.
We added
plus?
those sleeves. Added another $11. Okay.
Now you're up to $32.
Up to all the way up to 37 for that one that you have in front
To
of you.
make it?
Now,
To make it?
The cost?
yes.
$37?
Let me get there. That was our first run of inventory, okay? And since then, we've been able to bring that cost down to $18. The one you have in front of you, we're actually selling those currently into retail at a loss at $30 to prove out the market.
So unit economics here looking very bad. It's starting at $37 per unit to produce and kind of get it to the retailer. They're selling it at 30, so they're making a loss before making a loss and selling each individual chiller. But they're saying that it can get it down to 18. Then they would make a gross profit of $12 per chiller. That's kind of, it's a lot better, but it's not great margins, if you say so. But in this kind of area, you won't have great margins on this kind of product anyway. And I'm kind of starting to be afraid of what they are talking about on competitor side. What are the competitors? You have Yeti, you have Igloo, have a lot of chillers and ice coolers out there, and they need to convince that their product is better with the less cans that they can have compared with the ice cooler.
This is the first sustainable portable beverage chiller.
When you say this is the only sustainable cooler, I'm not so sure
Yeah, I
that
don't know
that's
if I
true.
buy that. Like, I get I'm saving the plastic bag, but look at the amount of plastic that's in
That
this.
is built to last forever. All the materials are also recyclable.
They are all
in their
recyclable
products.
materials.
So is the plastic, isn't it?
Only 9% of thrown away plastic is recycled.
So they started with one thing, making a big statement that they are the only one who is sustainable. Kind of hard to think that in this time of age, when everyone is talking about sustainability. And then they start to compare, there's a lot of plastic in their product, but it is made to last, so you won't buy another one in your lifetime. Well, for me it sounds like you maybe need for your family one each, one big ice cooler for the whole family instead. That sounds like more plastic for me. And then they're comparing with the plastic that you have in the plastic bag that you have for the ice that is recyclable, and they're talking just 9% of those is getting recycled. Maybe they are not solving that problem, because I think that's a bigger issue in the world, that we are not recycling plastic in that way.
To me, the reason why you decided to go in this space, because you sound like fun guys, great energy. Of all the things you could have done in the world, why
Sure.
did you choose you wanted to make the umpteenth cooler? And
So Chase and I have had good jobs out of school. He went to work at Google and I went to work at Apple. And 2 years into that,
What'd you do for Google and
I
Apple?
was in sales.
I was in finance.
Okay, now we get some background. Now we're getting into the people. We have only talked about the business model up till now. Google, Apple, very good places to work, very good experience to get from there. They work in sales and finance. Awesome qualities to have with you when you're starting a small company, because the most important thing is to get sales out there. Sell the product, start to get in contact with customers. And finance is also great because you need to have a tight eye on the money so you're not losing it, and then you need to also understand the dynamics of the supply chain and so on. And I hopefully he has that kind of background in finance, but let's see what they're getting into there. But for me, it's kind of working at those kind of big companies, stock options and everything like that, and then starting a company that is about a beverage cooler. It needs to be a bit higher purpose for that, because I wouldn't see a big profit in that. I wouldn't say that I, as a person, would have a dream to build the best cooler company in the world. Hopefully these guys have it, because if they have it, then I maybe can build a great company.
And so we were there for about 2 years before we came up with this idea. And so for the first 2 years of this, we were building this on the side, on the nights, on the weekends.
Are you still working at your jobs?
We're not.
No, we quit them 2 years
This
ago.
is
We've been doing this full
full-time
time
for
for 2
this.
years.
And are you making money to sustain
Not yet.
yourselves?
No.
Not yet.
Not profitable yet.
We have
So side hustling for 2 years, showing conviction, have working in the company full time for 2 years, haven't taken a salary, haven't had any money out from the company. They are showing conviction. I will give them that. They are really showing the conviction and dedication to their company. Maybe they are just in a fool's errand and running after the wrong thing. But everyone can do that. I've done it sometimes. But let's see what the shark thinks about the guys, and also about the product, and thinking forward, looking at market and hopefully the numbers.
not taken a salary since we left our jobs 2 years ago.
Do you want me to make a call to get your jobs back?
No. We are very happy doing this. We believe in the mission.
But you
There's a
guys
massive
have
amount of
promising
plastic waste.
careers. You probably got stock options. You're making great money. You both have fantastic jobs.
We're passionate
in
about
growth
this project.
companies. And then, you know that story of the sirens singing on the rocks?
We
And
felt
it's a
the need.
cooler. You
We
look
felt the need
from the
for it
boat.
ourselves,
It's a
right?
cooler pulling you in from your fantastic jobs and stock options. Ooh, the cooler draws
That's
you
right.
in.
That's right.
Then the boat
We love it.
crashes into the rocks, and now you're here with a cooler.
Who is your #1 competitor?
Ice.
Okay, let's stop there. #1 competitor, Ice. Maybe they are seeing this as a substitute for Ice, but the #1 competitor is not ice. It must be Yeti or iGlow or anything like that that are making coolers at the moment, because they are having the frame of mind from consumers. So the consumers, they are already buying these kind of products, and those are the competitors. If you're just saying ice and just saying some old technology that is the big competitor, it's always great to get in that kind of area. For example, if I would say, if you're getting into an area where the biggest competitor is Excel and you're making a software, great, because then you have no competition. But also you maybe not have competition because there are no market for it. But let's just see what they are saying about the market from here.
Ice?
I want you to know, for this season 12 of Shark Tank, I actually went to get some anger management therapy because I didn't want to be mean. I wanted to be the new Mr. Wonderful. And I'm working very hard right now to be a nice Mr. Wonderful. I look at this and I say to myself, okay, I'm going to take this and put this thing in my freezer for extended period of time. I guess I'll take out the roast and the chicken that's there, and I'll put this in here. And then I'm going to take 3 cans of beer, just 3, not more.
At a time.
At a time.
At a time.
3 at a time.
And I'm going to go somewhere with this thing.
Right.
160,000. 160,000 or 15%, $1 million. Plus more even. Are you out of your...
We're not out of our minds. Would you like to talk about the valuation?
Why would you do this? I mean, this stuff is tchotchke. They give it away at beer companies. There's 1 million coolers. Stops up. Oh.
Mr. Wonderful is painting a very fun picture here with him going on therapy or anger management. Maybe needs therapy also, especially after FTX. But he's getting in on one thing that is, I think, really, really important here. The user experience of this product. So what you're supposed to do is putting it in the freezer, taking up space in your freezer. If you're like me, my freezer is always full because I want to have food in the freezer and I don't want to take out anything because I just want to have a cooler in there. And then you only have three cans in it or 1 big bottle. And it keeps it chill for six hours. Of course, that's kind of good time, I would say. But also the degrees should be decreasing. So maybe after 3 hours, it's half as cold or something like that. So, and then I getting into an evaluation. It's $1 million for this company at this stage. Is a hefty price point.
It's sustainable.
I
it's
so
convenient.
want to rip you to pieces. I'm dying to rip you to pieces. What are you
going to do, Kevin?
You must stop this. There is no hope. This is a really bad idea. Coolers? Why? I don't even buy the sustainability thing. There's all kinds of plastic in this thing. I hate it. I'm out.
Guys, look, first of all, your presentation sucked. The next time you sell it, sell it. Don't make it worse. Just stick to your features and what sets you apart so people truly understand it quickly. So, well, I think you got a shot. It does everything as advertised, but for those reasons, I'm out.
As I said, sharks are dishing out knowledge all the time. And I can be a little bit biased because I kind of idolize Mark Cuban as an investor and as a company builder. So let's see what the other sharks are saying. 2 are out. They still have 3 of them. The queen of QBC, Lori, could maybe have this product on her channel and getting it out there, but it still will be a stretch, I think. And I think the 2 other guys, maybe it's not their kind of area, especially Robert, but the other guy, I don't really know what he has done before. So let's see what they are saying.
You are clinically insane if you're giving these guys reason to go on.
I do not doubt that you care about the environment, about that stuff, but your product has to be your protagonist. Your product has to be your hero, and it has to stand on its own merits. The social mission can never be your crutch. The social mission can never be what you go to for a lifeline.
It's not a crutch, it's our mission. It truly is our mission. It's the reason we're committed to doing this.
We could
Seriously,
have stayed, right?
it's the reason we're
We
committed to
knew
doing
that
this.
we had done the math. We could have been millionaires in our early 30s.
Not just doing it
That's
for the
not
money.
what we wanted to do. We wanted to make a difference in the world, and this
Good.
is our way to do it.
Good. Yeah, no one questions
But Brian, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Why not?
It
Why?
doesn't.
The reason, it's not just because we want to make a difference, it's also because we want to learn. And we're at Google and Apple, we had great jobs, and we're thinking to ourselves, every night when we come home, we're not learning enough.
Okay. First, another shark is dishing out knowledge. It should be the product or what the service you're having that is the protagonist. The solution you're having, the problem you're solving should be in the first room, not some other reason, sustainability or something. Sustainability should be one of the perks of the product or the service. Another thing I'm reacting here on is they're saying actually in a pitch that they were at Google and Apple and didn't learn enough. They want to run a company to learn something. I would never give money to someone who's saying that this is a company I'm here to learn. Yeah, your learning is kind of part of running your own company, but when they're saying we don't only want to do the sustainability, don't only want to make a company, I want to learn also. Are they paying? So should the sharks pay a tuition for him to learn? That's like a red flag for me right away, and I think they should, and I think they will get a lot of pushbacks on just that point, because it's waving all over the place for me as a red flag.
We're here at the office, and we're doing the tasks that are being sent our way, but we're not learning enough. So it wasn't
Brian,
just about making a difference, it's about learning.
You might
It's
be the
about
nicest guy in the
building.
world, but your story has so many lapses of credibility for me. Who's your competitor? It's ICE. Like, come on, seriously.
We know there's a lot of
You-
competition in the cooler market. We're not shying away from that.
No, not at
then,
all.
But this
then
is the problem we're trying to solve.
Then the story pivots to sustainability, and your product is made of plastic and.
Plastic that's meant to last forever and it's fully recyclable.
But if
Come
you
on, I
use-
throw
but if
this
you
in
use
the
this product, then you don't have to buy the bag of ice.
And then like, well, that's not really the story. It's about learning something. I wasn't
it's both.
learning enough at Apple and Google. Look, putting all that aside, it was a bad presentation. It was a bad presentation. I'm out.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Robert.
I think
Thank you
it's
for your
going to be
feedback.
really important for you to get the cost down.
Yep.
People, when it's affordable enough, they're going to buy in. And I think that you have a shot.
What?
For me to invest, it's not what I'm interested in investing in. So I'm sorry I'm out.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And then there's Daniel.
I'm not 100% confident this is a huge business, but I'm very confident that if you continue pursuing your dreams, you're going to figure it out. So
will.
I wish you the best. I personally am out.
Congrats on what you've accomplished.
Good luck,
you.
Appreciate it.
guys.
All right.
So all sharks are out. They really had a bad presentation. I think the beginning was good. They got the sharks to laugh, but then it go sideways real fast about the sustainability and what they want to learn and so on. And one thing that we also need to say here is what we are seeing is really an edited down pitch that they are having. Usually, as I've seen interviews that Mark Cuban saying the pitch may have gone for 30 to 2 hours before you get to see it, and they're cutting it down to almost 9 minutes. So it could been a lot more there that are worse, but still, it's it's still a bad pitch as we are seeing it. So, just to recap, the people look like great guys in the beginning, good background, great kind of companies they are coming from, but then they're starting to go really sideways, talking about they want to learn sustainability and stuff like that. It's a lot of fluff that I don't think you don't have time for it in the company at this stage, especially when you're talking with investors that they want to have a profit in your company. Second of all, business model. They didn't have a great unit of economics. They are not great margins in these kind of products, so you kind of understand that. But selling it at a loss as it is, before even taking all the other cost in, like salaries, rent, and so on, it's kind of not a good situation. And then we also need to think about the price point. How much would you pay for that? They're getting it down to $18 a unit in production and shipping and so on. I would say like $25 or $29 may some buy it, but it's still not that good kind of value proposition for me when it only can hold 3 cans. You need to put it in the freezer, take up space there. That's a kind of hard pill to swallow for that kind of utility it gets me. And also, if you need to have it chilled, you need to plan also and so on. Buying ice, you can just go into the store, buy it, put it in the ice cooler, and then you have it done. So it's also a thing that needs planning, and that's maybe something you don't have time for, and so on. Otherwise, you need to have the chiller in the freezer all the time. I wouldn't like that. And then to the market. Highly competitive. You have Yeti, Igloo, you have off brands, white label brands all over the place. It's also about shelf storage. If you're taking up shelf area in kind of big retail stores like Walmart or Target or anything like that. So that's also a very competitive area to be in. And then we're talking about the numbers. They were not great. They were also mostly based on a Kickstarter. Kickstarter is not real life, I would say. It's still a good area to get your product out and get it going, because you're having the money pledged to you beforehand, and then you can make orders, and then you don't need to have that risk of putting out money before you're getting in the inventory. So you know how you have pledges or pre-orders, and then you can order it, and then you know that they are going to pay for it, so you're not sitting out there with that kind of money and that kind of money risk. And would I invest? No, I will follow the sharks here. I wouldn't invest. I don't see a big opportunity here to take a market share, and also I don't know if these are the right guys. They are talking about all the wrong things for me, and then is it the right guys? I don't think so. They're talking about a lot of fluff, not about what I want to hear, and they're talking about we want to learn. I wouldn't put money in a company for someone to start learning. Learning is a part of a process of building a company, but it's not like what they should highlight when they're out there. So that was everything for this video. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you like this video, and you can put a like, smash that like button for me. Subscribe to see more of these kind of Shark Tank React videos where I react and analyze pitches from Shark Tank. But also I will come out with more videos about general investing models and practices and so on, and what I'm talking about and writing in my Substack. So if you like to have more knowledge right away, go into the link in the description and follow my Substack. Otherwise, thank you, and I wish you returns in life and in your portfolio. Bye.